My parents thought sheltering me was the best thing for me, so I couldn't make it in life without knowing anything. Um, Let me explain. My parents legit made sure I wore nothing that showed anything. Shit, I could barely wear a tank top, much less, shorts that were my size. They had to be long, and most time I wore boy clothes, if you want true. Um, but they thought sheltering me was the best thing for me. Well, sheltering me caused me to be curious when I turned 17 and he moved out away from me and just left me right where I was that day. Anyways, when I was born, I was 5 weeks early. So I'd go on heart monitor. And my dad left. So my mother only had me, it was her with me and my brother alone. So, knowing that, I get why I was kind of neglected in a way, but I don't. Because why are you neglecting one of your children for your other children? But it is what it is. I was only tended to when need to. And I can prove that. Every time my grandma came over, she's like, you were always in something. And I was like, okay, fair. But my mother was a single parent. And honestly, I couldn't do that with my kids. I'd spend one-on-one time with both of my kids when I was a single parent. I did not neglect neither of my kids. I did not put neither of mine on a pedestal. I treated them both the same, loved them both the same. They are my babies. But everybody would tell you I did, and I was like, no, I didn't. What happened was my mother treated my oldest different than my youngest until the day my son came to her and said, hey, Grandma, he don't go, I don't go. And she decided to start taking her other grandchild. But some people just are different. When I was 8, I was living with my dad and my stepmom and my siblings, all 4 of us. And I got sick at school. And she had to come get me. She got mad, she'd come get me. It was alright if it was anybody else, but if it was me, boy, I must be faking it. She gave me a vitamin and she put me in a bathtub. And when I got out of the bathtub, I got lightheaded so bad I threw up. And my dad's like, you're not sick. You just got lightheaded, blah, blah. And I'm like, if I wasn't sick, why is she sending me home? Why do I feel like shit? Without saying shit to my father, I did not disrespect him like that. My sister could, but I couldn't. No. I couldn't be open with who I was. I had to be the perfect mouth child, kind and sweet. And then I was too sweet and kind to other people, according to my parents. And they're going to pedophile me because I'm too kind and I flirt with them when I wasn't flirting. I was just trying to maintain my role as my parents had given me my whole life. Because my sister could talk to them any way she wanted and got away with it. But let me say something smart out my mouth. I didn't get away with it. Yes, that's how it really was. Well, when I had both my kids, my oldest I tried to breastfeed, and I couldn't get him latch. My youngest had to be breastfed. He came out, they gave him formula and stuff. They had complications with him when he came out. So it took a wait for me to get him, and when I got him, I didn't want to let him go back. I ain't gonna lie. So when I breastfed him, nobody had taught me how to breastfeed. My mother had breastfed both my brothers, but didn't take 5 minutes to come in there and teach me how to breastfeed my son. And yes, I was in her house. Okay? To me, that's not sheltering, that's neglect. Okay, so knowing that, I didn't do that with my kids. I didn't shelter them a lot. My kids knew more about me than anybody else did, including that I was a fucking stripper. They knew. She threatened to tell them when they were little, and I was like, you ain't gonna get to them before I do. They ain't my kids. You ain't telling them. That ain't your job. And she's like, well, Grandpa told you you were adopted. I said, and that's the problem. Is you think you gotta get back. No. That ain't your fucking job. I will pull them from you. And I meant every word of it. Because they are mine. It's my choice when I tell my kids what I'm doing. And yes, when that open communication came out about me stripping, a lot of more open communication came out, including, you know, what I wore, when I went, was I okay, was I getting followed home, have I ever been roofied? And yes, I was honest with my kids. And yes, I've been roofied as a stripper more than once. That is not a lie. I thought they were playing with that shit. No, they weren't. I've been roofied more than once in different clubs. And it's like, why are you roofing me at 4 o'clock when I don't get off till 2? And I might be drugged walking around, but you ain't gonna be here at 2 o'clock. So honestly, I think one of my roofies was done by one of the girls who didn't like me, so I couldn't dance that night. If you want truth, because women are that way. Oh Lord, women are fucking, they're not good people. Most women are not. And I value myself being a good person. I will not act like normal women. They are not good people. They do not have no respect for men. They don't care. All they care about is what's in your wallet. And I'm the opposite. Straight up. Like, I don't care about what's in your wallet. Yeah, if I need help, I might need your wallet. But if I help you and you can't help me, that's okay too. I'm gonna stop helping you. I'll walk. It's that simple. But knowing that I have told my kids openly what has happened. And one night that I got roofied, my mother actually picked me up. I had 2 shots that night at 4 o'clock. Okay, and I could drink. Boy, I could drink. I could hold some liquor. And at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm still throwing up. And you tell me that I'm drunk. That's what my mom told me in the backseat of her car. Because I made her meet me. Because I knew I couldn't drive home safely. Now, let me explain. I drank almost every night. Unless I was on a binge of not drinking for 3 to 6 months. And yes, I went on binges where I did not drink and I could fully dance sober. Yes. Fully sober. With stage fright. And attention. Like, I cannot stand being center of attention. But when it came to the safety of my kids not living with an alcoholic, it was my job to do anything to make sure they didn't. Because I lived with them. I've listened to them puke. I've cleaned up their puke. I've laid next to them. I never want my kids to have that. So anyways, if I would drink until a certain time, have cutoff time. I lived an hour away. And if I wasn't sober enough to drive, I would sit wherever I had to until I was sober enough to drive. Because I'm not going to take a chance on hurting somebody else because I chose to drink to do my job that night. Yes, I'm responsible. I take accountability for my actions. I'm not stupid. Now, I can't say that for other people. Because I know people who have 3, 4 DUIs, 5 DUIs, and still continue to drink instead of stop drinking, change themselves so they could do better for themselves. Like, if you're not willing to do better for yourself, I can't help you. And I get that now. I used to try to help everybody. Like, I would legit, I didn't try to change them. I tried to help them, lead them, direct them. Like, hey, you got 4 or 5 DUIs. You got breathalyzer in your truck. And when we leave here, I'm the one blowing it off while you're driving. You think that's really safe? Type jump. Oh, you didn't blow it up. Can I drive it? Type jump. Or, hey, tonight you talking about getting drunk. I got us a ride there and ride back. I need gas money. Like, I am very, very responsible. But I had to be. I had 2 kids that depended on me. I was a single parent most of the time. And even when I wasn't, I was still a single parent. Because I was the only one bringing money into the house. I was the only one sitting there making sure that everything was taken care of. I was the only one draining from my cup every day to make sure everybody else was filled. Only one. And I had negative people all around me the whole time. So, yeah, I had to be responsible. And I was trying to help others, including a night where I called the police officer from a different county to come take us out to eat so we could eat something before we got in the truck because she was buzzed. Not freaking just had a little bit. She was buzzed. So when we got back, she was good. She could drive. Yes, I've called friends. And yes, I had friends that were cops. The good ones, not the piece of shit that hide behind their badge and act like their badge is their fucking shield. Piece of shit motherfuckers. Y'all need to grow up. Y'all need to really grow up. Because when you guys take that shit out on us, that's why you have so many people that are rude to people that are cops. Because y'all are rude to us. And it's not just one of us. Y'all single out women by themselves. And we ain't dumb.